Hi viewers and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Viewers, today we will talk about Abraham Lincoln. Among American heroes, Lincoln continues to have a unique appeal for his fellow countrymen and also for people of other lands. This charm drives him for his remarkable life story, the rise from humble origins, the dramatic death, and from his distinctively human and humane personality, as well as from his historical role as a savior of the Union and emancipator of enslaved people. His relevance endures and grows, especially because of his eloquence as a spokesman for democracy. In his view, the Union was worth saving not only for its own sake, but because it's embedded an ideal, the idea that the ideal of self government. In recent years, the political side to Lincoln's character and his racial views in particular have come under scrutiny as scholars continue to find him a rich subject for research. The Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. was dedicated to him on May 30th, 1922. Lincoln was born in backwoods cabin 3 miles 5 kilometers south Ho- of Hodgenville, Kentucky, and was taken to a farm in the neighboring valley of Knob Creek when he was 2 years old. His earliest memories were of his home and in particular of flash flood that once washed away the corn and pumpkin seeds he had helped his father plant. His father, Thomas Lincoln, was the descendant of a weaver's apprentice who had migrated from England to in 1637. Though much less prosperous than some of his Lincoln forebears, Thomas was sturdy pioneer. On June 12, 1806, he married Nancy Hanks. The Hanks genealogy is difficult to trace, but Nancy appears to have been of illegitimate birth. In December 1816, faced with a lawsuit challenging the title to his Kentucky farm, Thomas Lincoln moved with his family to southwestern Indiana. There, as a squatter on public land, he hastily put up a half-faced camp, a crude structure of lodges and bows with one side open to weather, in which the family took shelter behind a blazing fire. Soon he built a permanent cabin, and later he thought the land on which it stood. Abraham helped to clear the fields and take care of the crops, but early acquired a dislike for hunting and fishing. The unhappiest period of his boyhood followed by the death of his mother in the autumn of 1818. Lincoln's family, while residing in New Salem, Lincoln became acquainted with Anne Rutledge. Apparently, he was fond of her, and certainly he grieved with the entire community at her ultimately death in 1835 at the age of 22. Afterwards, stories were told of grand romance between Lincoln and Rutledge, but these stories are not supported by sound historical evidence. A year after the death of Rutledge, Lincoln carried on a half-hearted courtship with Mary Owens, who eventually concluded that Lincoln was deficient in those little links which make up the chain of woman happiness. She turned down his proposal. 4 children, all boys, were born to the Lincolns. Edward Baker was nearly 4 years old when he died, and William Wallace was 11. Robert Todd, the eldest, was the only one of the children to survive to adulthood, though Lincoln's favorite Thomas, who had a cleft palate and a lisp, outlived